Welcome back, guys. This is the continuations of consumer functional interface, and we will try to understand some more concept of consumer functional interface. So let me write example 2, and here let's say I'll write another default class called person, and person has private string name, and also it has private int age. Okay, now let me create getter and setters. Okay, generate. Let me also create constructor for this. Select both, generate, and let me override toString method source toString, generate. Okay, cool. Yeah, so if you look at this, person has two members which is private in nature. Okay, and then I have getter setters, then one argumented constructor, and then we are overriding the toString. Now I am going to create two consumer. One is name consumer and one is age consumer. So what I will do here is I will write a consumer and here my input is going to be custom object. This is my consumer, and this will take person as an argument, and here what it will do inside, if I'll write some logic, right? I will write if person dot get name dot contains, let's say, Ram. Okay, then what you do is you go person dot set name, you change the name. So you person dot set name, what you do is you do person dot get name, whatever name you have, dot to uppercase, right? Sorry, get name dot to uppercase, right? Else just print the object, and since we are overriding the toString method, nothing will happen. Okay, your data will get printed, your object reference will not get printed. We are writing the toString method, so your data of the object will get printed. So now you can see that. That's what I was mentioning earlier. So when you have more line of logic, okay, you can use curly braces. Even when you are writing a function, when you have multiple lines, you can use curly braces. So you can see that you wrote one consumer. This is your, let's say, name consumer. Okay, change the name to name consumer. Similarly, I am going to write one more consumer, which is my age consumer. So consumer, this guy also take person as an argument. Okay, and consumer, this is my age consumer. It will take person as an input, then arrow mark. Okay, and we will write some logic here. If, let's say, this guy age is dot get age, if this guy age is, let's say, 20, assume that. So what I'm going to do is person dot set age is equal to person dot get age plus 20. Okay, else just print the object, else print the person object, and we are overriding, so toString data will get called. Again guys, here also print this. After setting that, print that, so that you will see that how object is getting changed, right? So you have here two consumer now, which we can see that now we need to test this. Okay, so for test we need to make this class as a executable class. To make this class as a executable, we need to have the main method, and we will design one list which will take person as an argument. List is equal to new array list, right? Now in this list dot add, I need to add a person object, so new person, and give the name is equal to Ram, age is equal to 10. Okay, now Mohan, age is equal to 20, then Sohan, age is equal to, let's say, 30. Clear? Now what we will do, we'll do list dot for each, and I will call name consumer, right? Let me make this as a static, so I don't need to create the object. Okay, so let me call what is that? Name consumer, right? So can I call here name consumer, and can I also call age consumer? We will see that how output is changing. I'll put one demarcations line here. Let's run this program. Okay, we are clear here. We have let me explain you again. We have two consumer. One is name consumer, which will just change to the uppercase when it contains Ram, and then we have a age consumer, which will, when it matches with 20, it will just change, it will add 20 more to the same age, right? And then on this list we are using a for each loop, which basically takes consumer as an argument. Let's see that what happens. So if you look at the output, you can see that your Ram is in capital, right? So basically what happens when you call the name consumer, your name of the object, okay, Ram, got changed to the uppercase, because that's what we are doing, that in the uppercase. Clear? Ram got modified from this, it was a mixture of lower and upper, it got modified to the uppercase. Now again, when we call the age consumer, on the same list, so what happens, your data was modified by the first consumer, right? Your name was Ram. So again, when you call the second consumer, which is nothing but the age consumer, your data is modified because of first consumer. And look at the age is equal to 40, right? So here the age, Mohan age was 20, here age became 40, because in the age consumer we are checking that here, if I have to show you, let me show you the code. So you can see that in the age consumer, if the age is 20, we are adding 20 more. So that is the reason through age consumer this got modified to 40, right? So this now got an idea of how this consumer works, how we can write a different consumer, and that will help us. Now consumer also has a method called accept. Okay, so basically what happens, guys, when you call the consumer, how this works is, let me show you one more time. So when you call this for each, internally this consumer accept method will get called. Okay, when you go inside this consumer functional interface, it has a method called accept. So for every record, what happens, this accept will get called, and when this accept will get called, whatever implementations you have written for this accept, so this is nothing but the implementations of the accept, this will get performed. That's how it works. Okay, now is it possible, can I call directly this accept method on the consumer by passing the list without using for each loop? Here what I'm trying to do, I'm using a for each loop which internally consumes your consumer, but your requirement is don't use for each loop, just write a consumer which will take list of the data as an input to the consumer, and your accept method will process all that. Is it possible? We will see that, right? Yes, it is possible. Let me show you with the example. Let me copy the same so that I can avoid writing a lot of code. Okay, now my consumer is the same consumer, name consumer and age consumer. Only the thing is here my input is going to be list of person. Okay, so my input is going to be list of person, and since it is the list, I will run a for each loop. So instead of running there, I can run here. For what happened? For person li is equal to list of person. Okay, so this is nothing but list of the person. This is the input to your consumer. Now can I write entire things inside this, and can I just change to li? Ideally this should work, right? li, correct? Sorry, here it should be li, right? Clear? So what now, actually if you look at, my consumer is taking the list of data, right, of type person, and it will now process the data. So now I don't need to use this consumer through for each loop. Okay, same thing let me do for age consumer also. So again the input to the age consumer is going to be list of persons. So now what is this person type? It is list of persons. So again I need a for each loop which I'll write it here, and whatever logic I have I will replace it here. Okay, and wherever I have a persons I'll replace it with li, correct? Right, and whatever you print here you print as a li, just print li, don't print entire thing, just print li, one object, right? So li is nothing but your person object. Control A, Control Shift F. So same example if you look at, I just did little bit modifications. Clear? Now I am not going to use this consumer anymore. So why what happened to this example 3? Why it is crying? Okay, because I cannot write default to class in the same package, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to refactor this, refactor to person 1. Okay, or in fact what I can do, I can remove from this class, because example 3 has a person, so same will get called, but that's fine. I just refactor to person 1, nothing will change, same data, only what I did, I modified the consumer. My now consumer is taking list of data. So now when you have this kind of consumer design which accept list of data, you can just write dot accept and you can supply the list. Okay, so now how this will work, when you will call name consumer dot accept and then list of data, basically your consumer will get called, internally for each loop will run, and internally it will check all. Okay, clear? Simple things, right? Similarly for age consumer, what it will happen is, again age consumer will accept list of data. So you can write like this, and instead of name consumer you can go for age consumer, and you can write here age consumer, right? And let's run this. So here I'm not using for each loop, so you can see that your output is coming, your name is Ram, which is capital. This is your first output. Okay, this is your first set of data by using name consumer. Then last third record whatever you are seeing, that because of age consumer, whereas by first consumer your name was made to uppercase, so Ram is uppercase, and the second consumer when age was 20 it added 20 more, so age became 40. You can see that earlier age was 20, now age is 40. So that's how also you can write a consumer, guys, where it will accept list of record and it will process the record. So with this I'll close the video. In next video we will see that some more example of consumer. Thank you guys, thank you for watching this.